What up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 2LockedIn. I'm Zac. We got Radin to the right, and
What it do,
we're
people?
back with another episode. More consistent than ever. We made it to 3, 7 more, and we're at 10 already. Can you believe that?
Can you believe it, guys? I worked 10 episodes with this guy.
No, we haven't gotten there yet.
Listen, he does not have a schedule, guys. Like when I tell you, this guy wakes up and he's like, "Radin, what are we doing? Radin, what are we doing? We're not responding. Radin, what? I'm panicking. War's ending." I'm like, relax.
Okay,
son, relax.
First of all,
chill pill.
That's not true. I'm trying to make it so I make a time that just works best between us. I'm a busy guy too. But, I ask you to do a simple TikTok, a simple TikTok to start. Why'd you do that? All right. A simple TikTok. What is the shit you send me?
That was amazing. That was art.
You tell me.
I don't know who's editing this video. This is gonna be a video exclusive, I think. But can we please add that? You talk too much. That's the problem. That's the problem of this episode. You talk a little bit too much.
Maybe you talk more, and I've been listening. I'm listening. I'm giving.
You're not listening. You're not listening.
Okay, I'll listen.
You literally said you would kill another person for you to survive? You just didn't even understand what you just said.
Look, it's either
you against another person based on your definition.
Yeah, that's the complication of it. That's the whole thing. That's where your morality, humanity is like. Do I still? Oh, bro, yeah. This is just a mind. It's a mind fuck. That's what it is. What would you do?
Pick that I'm mad in this video.
Like, you want me to add that?
Yes, please. Can you just add it here? And please let us know what you guys think in the comments. I think that's way better than Zac's TikToks so far, but you can let us know.
And those took me 5 minutes. You spent 40 minutes typing in the chat, typing each word. Actually, I think I could beat 100 gorillas or 100 men, whatever the hell. All right, but that's not what we're here to talk about. I've expelled all of my rage. I'm at peace. You are, you're something else. You're just a different animal.
Right.
But here's what I wanted to talk about. So I want to go back to a throwback topic. Topic. One of our first episodes that were never released, but I wanted to return to it for a specific reason. So, Radin, let me ask you this. Do you believe in aliens? Do you?
I had no idea this is where we're going with this episode. Yeah. I had some guesses because they count me use. The Google account that we share had some searches about aliens when I was trying to do the edits for TikTok. So I was like, who searched this? It wasn't me. But do I believe in aliens?
Do you?
What is the definition of aliens? Hold up. Are we talking about the people with the gray heads or like the silver heads? Like,
let's say it's something like that, or basically like an alien, like something not from our planet. Let's say it's like a life form that's sentient, that's not, or
sentient?
Well, let's say it is a sentient or just any type of alien that is not from our planet. And do you think they're real? Let's start at the basic level.
Pretty sure it has been proven that there are some signs of life on other planets. However, it is scary to think about it. Think about it this way. I would put it this way. If there are no other living creatures in this universe but us, that's a scary thing on its own.
We're going to get to that.
We're going to get there. But this path that there is something else, I think there is. There has to be. There are all the signs, right? Like the old Egyptian pyramids, the signs are there. There has to be something. I'm just saying, like, those guys did not have to lie about things that you look like UFOs or big people with like wings and stuff. And I personally think those things exist, or at least existed at some point, that they made contact with our ancestors.
So you're saying it would be scary if we were all alone in the universe, but wouldn't it also be scary if we weren't? knowing that there is something out there, that could be another alien. Because think about it, if there is an alien UFO, let's say it's confirmed 100% real,
Mhm.
and an alien comes out and he's like, "Yo, my name is Zlorb. I've come from planet, I don't know, X or something, and I'm here for whatever." All right. Um, and then that's kind of like, oh, there's something else that has way better technology, um, that can just easily wipe us out. Would that not be scary as well? Or are you just like gonna
That
dab
would
them
be
up?
interesting. That's an interesting question because think about it this way: the way they would be looking at us, the difference between how scary it can be is if we find them first or they find us first. If that makes sense. If we have more technology, more advancements than they do, they're not that scary. They're just gonna be like basically like chimps, you know. They're just gonna be like similar creatures with potential intelligence, but we're just far superior than them, right? They're like behind in evolutionary aspect. But now if they find us, and I think it's a human nature thing to be scared of unknown,
Mhm.
right? Because we're
Yeah.
creatures that actually learn. But if they find us and they don't want peace, we're doomed. That's scary. That's scary, right? Because the way the nature works, right? It's just like it's a food chain. And what if we're gonna be the next apes in the zoos for the zombies, for the aliens to come see us, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But what would you say, like, what do you think the aliens actually look like? Like, do you think it's like the typical gray alien? Do you think it's like a xenomorph, like a predator? Um,
I think they would look like you, Zach. Not gonna lie, low key. Like have a little Zuckerberg looking ass, you know, like
yeah.
looking
Wait,
like a
what? Look like me? So you
yeah. They
call
would
me
look
an
like
alien?
you.
See, if
Like
I said that to you, I would be finished.
why?
I don't know what the hell is happening upstairs. People are dying, but they could be the aliens right now
Right. That's what
killing
I'm
my
saying.
family.
If there are aliens and they found us and they're hiding, they could be looking just like us. Just like morph into
Yeah,
us.
wouldn't that be crazy though if we find aliens and they look exactly like us? Like they're just human, they're humanoid, or they're just
What if?
humans.
Yeah, but what if there are aliens, similar biological and genetically um engineered like we are, living
Yeah.
somewhere way way far away in this dimension that I'm creating. They are the same level of advancement as we are right now. We just haven't found each other because of how big the universe is. That would be scarier. That would be something scarier, right?
Yeah, that would be.
Like maybe me. You remember? Shout out to the previous podcast that we have.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the other personality that you have could be living in that environment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, your other personality could be an alien.
Well,
Or am I
Zach,
getting
let
this
me
wrong?
ask you this. Let me ask
Oh
you
yeah,
this.
yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
Why do you feel threatened by aliens? Like I feel like you.
It's the fear of the unknown. It's something that is like you don't know what it could be. So it could be something. They could be chill. I could be like dabbing one up the next day. I could be going to the club with one. But then
Oh, date one? Would you date one? Hold up.
well, it
Let's get
depends.
hot
It
out
depends
here.
on what they look like.
Would
All
you
right.
date one?
No, no. That's not what I meant. But we could be
So,
bros.
so you're basically no, what is it? A speciesist? So you're not into other species? Alien lives matter, man. I'm just saying, like you're
That's
just
right.
being disrespectful to aliens right now by saying that's not what I said. What are they? They're
That's
they're creatures too.
yeah.
They're breathing, you know.
No, I agree.
Hopefully,
I agree fully.
but you
But you
should
know what?
date one. That's what I think should
Would you
happen.
date an alien?
Well, I'm taking, but
Oh, yeah, that's
for
right.
all I
That's
know,
right.
she could be an alien,
Oh, you're right. Yeah, what if it's like Matrix where they can just
right?
disguise
Right.
yourself as a human and you're
Now,
actually an
have
alien?
you seen this series on Amazon Prime, the Invincible?
Yes, I have seen Invincible.
What if they look like the little flies? Would you date one?
I don't know. I don't think
Because
I
then
think
it
I'm
comes
good.
like some points,
I
right?
think
There
I'm
comes
good.
like when you guys are not biologically like similar, you guys have different lifespan, right? You guys live
Yeah,
different. You can't even
that's
date.
true, yeah.
right?
Yeah. Well, look, guys, if you hear anyone, just to put the record, if you hear anyone screaming in the background, it's nothing. Okay, and everything is fine. But yeah, what I wanted to go to next was if you were an alien, what would you think your name would be? You know, like would it be Razorb, Raglorb?
Resort,
Yeah,
resort,
Razoob,
resume.
like Razaza, like what are we thinking?
That's an interesting question because when I'm thinking about it, I'm automatically thinking of like how different species are named in like biology aspect of
Yeah,
naming things, right? Like we are Homo sapiens, like
yeah.
that.
I
Well,
mean,
what would they be called? What would I be called by now? I'd be called the Lord. I think that's what I'd be called by. The
the
Lord, the King, the
oh
Grizzly
yeah, the
Rider,
king,
the dominant, the Grizzly Hunter with bare hands.
the bear.
The Yeah, yeah. I would be
You know what?
called the king of scheduling,
Oh, that's
the
what
king
they
of
would
being on
never call
time,
you though. They'd
communicationosaurus.
call
That's what
you
I'd be
the king
called.
of burgers or
Burger, no, that
the
already
king of
exists. Shout out to
McDonald's.
Burger King. Shout out to Whoppers. You know
You
what I'm
know,
saying? Shout out to Birds.
the king of calories.
King of cat. Fuck off, bro. What would you be called?
Um, I'm thinking like
Zucchini?
I think that would be hard.
No,
Zucchini?
that would be hard
You know, give
for
me
an
like,
alien to
shout
pronounce.
out Toy Story Zurge. Like, come on.
Zert. Oh,
Zurge.
there's this TikTok that I've been watching. Now
Yeah,
you brought it up. He actually like shows the real animated, like he makes the toys and compares it to like Toys
yeah.
R Us version of it. Shout out to that guy. I don't know what's your TikTok, but I've been watching your content. I
Wait,
would like one
so
of your toys. If you see this, can you post me one of your toys, please? Appreciate it.
but yeah, I mean, so you're yeah, I feel like, what if what would you geez, I can't even speak English. Would you say you're like, do you think aliens would have a name for us? Or like we have a name for them? What
Good
do you think? Let's say
question.
if they were sentient in this case, like they might have their own, they could be
If
like,
they were Santi, they would call us boys, but I don't know if they're Santis.
yeah, I mean, they're not. They're definitely not.
No, but that's a good question. I think like in order to share knowledge, like they do in like textbooks and like
Yeah,
general knowledge, you have to name things, right?
that's
They
true. That's
probably
true.
have a name for us. They probably call us the two-legged mammals or something like that. Or like maybe they just like maybe it's like a farm. Maybe our planet is like a farm. Maybe they created us and they're just like
Yeah.
farming us for like I don't know later use or like maybe we're experiment. Maybe we're experiment who just like got
Oh,
left out. Got left out and they forgot about us. Like how many trophies from elementary school do you have that you forgot about? Maybe one of those. Like if you have any.
yeah. I mean, so let's go back. What do you think they would look like? What do you think is like the most likely? Because I think it would be like more insectoid, like buggish, I think.
Why would
But
you think that? You watch too many movies, I think. Like
well, it could be anything. I just think like that would
realistically,
be
scientifically, and logically, if I want to speak, they're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
look like bacterias, right? In a more developed like form, they would look like brr zakini. They're gonna look like tun tun sahur, but realistically, they're gonna look like bacterias, right? They're gonna look
Yeah.
like fungi, and they're not gonna look like crazy. They're not gonna look like the gray guys, like the in the movies and shit. But they definitely looks like Tuntun
I mean, they
Sahur.
could, they could, they could.
Do you know an
So, do you
alien?
think it's gonna
Like
look like a
you
xenomorph,
love it too confident, buddy. Like you know an alien that we don't know
buddy?
about?
No, no comments. No
No,
comments.
no
Um,
comments. Exactly,
so you're
exactly.
saying you could take 100 aliens?
Depends. Hold up. Now I feel like you're challenging me. What did the aliens look like? What
I'm
what type of
asking you a
aliens are
straight
we
up
talking about? I'm talking
question.
about like the alien and the what was the other one? What
Alien
what are
movies,
the aliens called in the alien movie? They have a name. Xenomorph?
xenomorphs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Xenomorph. We're talking about those aliens because easy,
Oh, you're
easy.
no,
Let
no.
me tell you
You're
something.
you're
The guys
fine.
are
You're
with like the
cooked.
mouth coming out, right? The mouth comes out. I bite the mouth. I'll bite the tongue
You
out.
bite the mouth's gonna bite you,
Listen,
bro. Your jaw isn't big enough.
have you tried
Are
that?
you
You
gonna
see that,
imagine it like it's
buddy?
like a
Buddy,
burger?
that came
You're
from
gonna imagine it like a
experiment right
burger?
there. Experience right there. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
gonna imagine it like a burger, bro. You're gonna imagine it like a
hmm
four-course meal.
so Zach,
Um,
tell us how you make out with an alien.
I mean, you know those are great questions. I wish I had an answer for you. I really did. You know,
hmm
I know a guy who could answer it, but
Who could it be?
a little guy named Santi.
Nickelodeon. Oh,
Could be him as well, but
actually, it's our third episode. Now that we're name dropping, I want to give an extra special shout out
yeah.
to Tyson, who
Yeah,
we have been
yeah,
skipping on. Tyson
yeah.
is a friend of ours, I think.
You
Um,
think?
well, I don't know what's his intention, but
He's got
yeah.
secret.
If you guys want to check out more of our content, check out Daddy's Boys on TikTok. But anyway, back to the alien talk. Let's cut the bullshit. What do you think about like alien invading us?
I think
Like
we're cooked.
like if they attack us, if they overtake the government, would you be with humans or would you just like give up and just be like with aliens? Like
Well,
if there's like
what
a
would it be
resistant
like?
group.
So, let's say the aliens took over the planet. Would I just be enslaved, or would they just be like watching over us? Like, are we thinking like, let's say it's like the Galactic Empire from Star Wars, where this is
Right.
or like the Viltrumite Empire from
hmm
Invincible, where
hmm
this is a galaxy spanning um kind of a government, or galactic government, where they have multiple races already included, and they're just being like, all right, we're either going to subjugate you or you can join us. It's one of the two. You can even think of it as like the Covenant from Halo, where it's a mix of species within one government. um if it was like that and they were like, yo, we just want to welcome you to the rest of the galaxy, there would be kind of an adjustment, but I don't know if I would still be humanity side. I'm a human,
Yeah, but
always
would
rooting
you,
for
would
us,
you
but
be on the rebel side? Be like, screw you guys. I'm gonna be a free soul. I still be human on my own terms. Or are you gonna be like, you know what? I'm fine. Just put some like babies in me and use me for breeding, like the one the
well, is
xenomorpheus,
that what
right?
they're gonna do?
Well, to you maybe.
What about to you?
Nah, I'll probably die in the first day. Not gonna lie, low key, I'm gonna starve. But you
Yeah, but
look
what
like
if they
you
they
really
don't
look like a breedable person. So I'm just saying, like,
so
if
are
I
we are
was
we
an
saying
alien, if I was an alien, I would pull up. I'd be like, hey, buddy, I give you 10 McNuggets. Let me breed from your body.
let me breed you? I
Not
mean,
necessarily breed you. Use your body to breed.
but isn't that the same?
No, you're not gonna have any sexual interactions. Like, I know that's what you're into. You're
Radin,
into
you're the type
alien
of guy who would
hentai,
like
but
openly
but I'm
openly
just
get sucked up into the beam to get probed. All right, that's you.
fuck yeah, I would do that. I want to go upstairs see what they got to eat. Not gonna lie, like I want to see what they eat. But like you're the
Oh
type of
yeah, that'd be good as well. Like, what if they have
right?
like a banger meals,
What if they
or
have
like
like a new form of like pancakes or
or like a
like
space burger?
right? That would
Space
slap.
that would kind of go hard. But building off that, so I mean, so are we saying that the aliens are like, like human or alien side? Are the aliens actively trying to just kill all of us? Or are they trying to be like, well, we're gonna enslave your planet and you can either be with us or you're just against us?
Right. In my example, it could be the second option, as they can just like use us as a force. I mean, we're pretty weak as like individuals, right? As a
Yeah.
species, but let's just say they're gonna use us for like resources, right? They're gonna use us. I don't know, to just like this type of alien is into like, have you watched the movie? I forgot the name of the movie. It's the one that they actually the aliens invade and they take water out of the ocean.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forgot the name. It had a bunch of good actors too. It was about this guy, this soldier who actually was about to retire, but like they invade us, and then now we have to like deploy as much force as we have, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like something that we don't even see as a resource, like water in the ocean, like the salt in our ocean. They want that, and they just don't have enough force to actually like extract it. and they're just going to use us, would you actually join the program, or would you just be a rebel and just go attack them?
I'm being a rebel, man.
Yeah, you're not surviving. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't care. I'm fighting
Well,
for humanity. I'm fighting for our survival. Screw these aliens, trying to subjugate
a
me
minute ago, my friend,
on
a
Earth.
minute ago, you were begging to get breed by
I
one. Like you
That
want
is
to get
not what I
bred
that is
by
you are
one, bro.
putting words in
You're
my
like
mouth.
you
You are putting words in my
you're like.
mouth.
So what's the difference between getting bred and getting pregnant? I'm like,
You
buddy.
said getting bread, like, what like, I mean, I already got bread on me, if you know what I'm saying. I'm a
Shout out to the bakery downstairs, but
but, wait, what?
what?
Huh? What did you say?
Anyways, so you were
Yeah.
saying you. So do you? So you're into aliens? That's
No,
what
I'm
we're
not. No, I'm
into
not. I'm
so
not.
far. What
You
kind of
said what
aliens
is
are you
you said
into?
bread. Does that mean, like, I'm like, what do you mean by the aliens would breed me?
They
Like,
use your body to lay eggs. Your heat in your body to lay eggs. So
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
yeah, but
That's
like
what I
you
thought.
don't
That's
know
what I
which
wasn't sure you
bowl
were
they're
saying.
gonna put the eggs in from, if you know what I mean.
Okay, well, let's not get there. Let's not get there.
Let's not get there because you might get a boner. I mean,
What? Yo, buddy, you're talking a way too much. You're talking way too much to being like, "Alright, you might get a bone." Buddy, you
but
might get one.
uh,
Alien's gonna offer you, like, some space fries, and you're gonna be like, "I'll do whatever you want." Like,
nah, this guy gonna be
yeah,
cringe.
Imma keep making the jokes. Don't hate.
Anyway,
Um,
go
here's what
ahead,
I wanna go sorry.
go ahead. No, no,
You're gonna
please.
say something?
No, I just wanted to know, as a business major, what would you see that will happen to our businesses and our lives, like aspect of the currency and the government? You know, what will happen to us if there's alien invasion and they're breeding people, like you? You know, like, do you think they can pay us? Or do you think they pay us in
Well,
USD?
what I don't think, like, there have to be a new currency, 'cause I feel like our existing currency, aliens wouldn't even g like, they wouldn't give a fuck. Where,
Mm,
it's like, would money even be, like, valuable anymore if the Earth is
that's what
just
I'm wondering.
getting sieged and it's just like, it's a life or death, people are just as soon as imagine, like, as soon as there was a ship, people are gonna start rioting, like, immediately. I guarantee you, people would riot. If aliens were announced today and there was just a massive ship, people would freak the hell out and start rioting. Like, there's no way money would lose its value as soon as, like, they start winning over the planet. Like, what's the point? Like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you 10,000." Oh, that's not gonna matter if there's no Earth to come back to. Like,
Yeah, like you have bigger priorities.
that's
You
what I
just
think.
want to be bred, right? Like money wouldn't give you that experiment, experience. Sorry.
You're talking a lot about being bred. Do you
Yeah,
wanna be
right.
bred?
No, you wanted to change the topic. What was the topic?
So, I wanted to talk about space theories now. So, I'm gonna go over a bunch of space theories, and we're gonna
Space
talk about them.
Nav?
Um,
Nav's
some
going to space?
space theories. No, not Nav. We could send them to space, we could. So the first one I wanna go over is called the Fermi paradox. So, think about it like this. So, Radin, if the universe is so vast, so big, and so old, where is everybody? Where are all the aliens? Where are they? Why is it just us? Where is everyone? Can you tell me? I don't know.
Yeah,
I wanna know.
there was this class that I used to take in middle school back in my country that they talked about this stuff. So in order to have life in universe, there is a factor
Mhm.
called a green belt or health or life belt that is in every
Life belt.
single galaxy, right? So it's a
Yeah.
distance from the sun, and that could possibly give life to what we know, like all the creatures that we have discovered would actually like live in, right?
Yeah.
Um, Planet Earth is in one, and that's why Mars is the next planet that we're researching in, because the next planet that is also in this boat in our galaxy is Mars. That's why we don't go towards the sun; we go far from the sun, right? So the fun fact, they actually thought there used to be another planet between us and Mars. By the way,
Really?
yeah, but
Called
unfortunately, I think
Uranus?
you're born too late Zach.
Me?
Yeah, especially you, because NASA stopped sending monkeys to the space, so you might not be able to make it to space anymore, buddy. But I'm just saying,
What?
like,
What do you mean me? Are they gonna send you to space?
you're canceled. You cancel him, folks.
Wait, what do you mean? Yo, what?
No, I'm
Dude,
fuck you, Zach.
I was
Anyway,
praying. Look, I'm not gonna
but
lie.
I'm just saying that this green belt, life belt thing is so limited. Like, it's a really hypothetical thing that happens. So we are like
If
1 in a billion chance that something like us happen. So it's impossible almost to have this happen. Now, let me talk about this.
if let me wait, I'll give you the floor, but the universe is infinite though. Basically infinite. You know, how has there not been any other life? Now there could be, but how where are they? I mean, there could be another human race on a very, very distant galaxy far, far away. You know, in a galaxy far, far away. If you know. But like where are they? Do you feel like there would have been a space faring species by now, or like, you know,
I think that the problem is our technology at the moment. We are not
like what?
moving in space as fast as we should to discover the whole thing.
Or what if this brings me to another theory, a theory called the Great Filter. So here's here's what this it says. So basically, something wipes civilizations out either before or reaching our or beyond our level. Almost like the universe resets. You know, maybe that's why there's no other aliens because they get, you know, what if this isn't the first time we as humans have been to this stage that we have been? Or and then we get reset. We get
But
wiped out by
that's what I was saying. For a long time, there used to be this hypothetical interest that there was another planet between us and Mars, because the distance between us is not as uniform as it is between other planets.
yeah.
So they could have been like all these alien like painting and drawings all around like pyramids and stuff, like old like in the caves showing like all these flying things moving like around us, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they were from that planet and they got destroyed, so they never came back because the planet got destroyed. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
maybe it got like destroyed. So maybe there used to be like a, I don't know, universe war and like all the species got nuked and then like
Yeah, that
they
could
kind of
or what if
survived
it's
like
just like
cockroaches.
what if it's like climate change or just like a meteor hits the planet again and it just resets, you know, everything.
Yeah, that's what
Um
they said
but
about Mars,
also,
right?
what do you think about the pyramids?
What
Speaking of
about
the pyramids, were they built by humans or do you think they were built by
Interesting
any
you brought this up. Interesting you brought
built
this
by
up. I actually was thinking about this a couple of weeks ago. Like was doing research. People are like, in my opinion, they're actually making a big deal out of it. Okay, like
yeah.
they're like, oh, aliens built this made that made this, right? They just like underestimate the power of like how much power the pharaohs back then had and how many slaves they had from the wars and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And all they had to do, like, imagine you're a pharaoh, right? Like, there's not much you do. You have like bunch of people trying to like wave off the flies around you. You can just like walk across the river and back. Like, there's not much you do, right? So when you actually conquer something, when you want to have
Yeah.
an achievement, you build shit like that, which are like probably visible from like other kingdoms
A
to show like
monument,
how
yeah.
strong you are, right? But I don't think there's anything like special about them. Like they're special. Don't get me wrong. Like everything is a cutting edge. Like every number is perfect, right? But
Yeah, it is crazy.
as as lucky we are that we are the only people in this universe in that hypothetical scenario, they probably got lucky too, right? Like they were saying the location, the measure, like I think the coordination on this planet, they are like the pyramids are the speed of light. I don't know if you heard that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so they like this number cannot be like, what was the word? Like it cannot be any con- coincidence, or it has to be like measured by aliens who had like this
Yeah.
knowledge long time ago. But like, what aliens, bro? Where the aliens at? You
You know
know?
what's kinda crazy is that, back then, architecture that we built was kinda, like, really crazy, where now if you look at it today, it's pretty, like, we've lost kinda some of that flair, like, you don't really see something like the pyramids being built today, but there's not really a reason for them to be built, which is,
Amen.
I mean, there's I guess those were things of the past, but it's, still, like, very interesting to see how our architecture design has evolved, especially since considering, like, damn, like, we somehow built these pyramids that are, like, huge and would have required I don't know how long they would have taken to make and how many people died to make it, but, um, a long, long time. Or even, like, some of the temples, like, some you find in, like, Bangkok, Thailand, some of these crazy religious temples, that are
And like
I
top
I've
of the
been to
mountain,
some
right?
I've been to some, they look almost like out of this almost like almost alien considering what we have now. Um,
Mhm, mhm.
but yeah, it's crazy, and, it very well could be I don't know, it could be aliens, it probably I don't know, we'll never
I
know. We
don't
we might
think
actually never
so.
know unless we go back in time.
What if we can
You don't think?
in time? Would you actually go and find out who built pyramids? Like let's just say this: you have one chance and one chance only to go in the back. Would you go and check out who built the pyramids? Like no one
I feel like
cares,
we need
bro.
I feel yeah, I mean, I feel like we need to save time travel for its
Right?
own episode,
Like
'cause
who gives a I mean, shout out
that is
to
such a big topic, and, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. But
the
what
people
about
who actually dedicated their life to finding out who built pyramids. But like, who gives a shit?
yeah,
Where the money at? You
I
know what
saw
I'm saying?
Mr. Yeah, you dedicate your life and Mr. Beast is in there. Got more access than you,
Right?
like,
Like Metro Boomin has a concert on it. Like,
yeah. Um, what about this next one is called something you were kind of referring to a bit earlier, is it's called the dark forest theory. I don't know if you've heard this, but it's what if all of these other civilizations choose to stay quiet and not be discovered out of fear of what will happen if they are discovered? So there's a
what would
general
happen if they
fear
discover?
around everyone, where nobody wants to discover or communicate with each other because there's a fear that, if that happens, there might be a war, a galactic war that starts, people could be annihilated, like whole civilization. So what do you think about that? Do you think
Quick
that could
question.
be
So
plausible, or do you think
you're saying they live among us, like on this planet, or they just know we exist? They just don't want to
so
interact with us.
let's say they're not like among us. Let's say they're like we know like they're real, like aliens they're somewhere in the universe. But the reason we haven't discovered them yet is because they don't want to be discovered.
Yeah, but like realistically, how much power do you
And
think we actually
they
have?
don't do that to survive.
No, no, I get it. I
Sorry?
get it now, but how much power do you think we have? Like, we do not have any power in like space. Like, let's be honest.
No,
Like,
yeah,
no
that's what I'm saying.
military
But
power, right?
I think just fear of, you know, fear of the unknown, like we've been talking about, could just be psychologically like you don't wanna have the opportunity to
But
even,
let's just say this, Zach. Let's just say this. From what we know, from the human's nature, right? If there is a resource on a planet that there are other aliens, shout out to Avatar,
yeah.
humans will go and take it. Like, let's be real. Fuck them aliens. You know, they just go
Yeah,
grab that shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, come on, let's just go grab that oil.
Let's
Get
grab some
some of that
unobtainium.
gold. You know, they just like dig it up and leave them in the hole we dig. You know, like let's see what they do now. And I think other like creatures, other species would do the same too. So it's not as
Yeah.
I'm with this. I'm with this idea. I like this. What was it called again?
It's called the dark forest theory.
There you go. I like this. It makes sense. But come take something. You know, come take the
Do you
ocean.
want
Come.
them to just, how about just take actually, how about they take you, You would
What would they give you guys in return?
Oh, wait, I got a question. Okay. Let's say the world appointed you to be Earth's ambassador, alright?
Mm,
And you gotta show them some objects, you gotta show them some of our
right,
culture, some of our music.
right,
What
right.
are you showing? What are you showing
The
them?
second I'm getting on that alien ship, I'm nuking the whole planet. I'm sorry. I
You're
gotta be the
nuking
last.
the
I
planet.
gotta be the last. I gotta be the
I hate that
one
guy,
written
Zach.
in history, you know? Like I'm like, screw this country, and that country.
No, bro's gonna send an individual nuke to all of our individual locations.
Especially you,
Just
Zach.
yeah. But
No,
I would
I would
catch
send
that
some
and
people to
throw it
take
back.
you, so your body is ready to be bred. You know, like just to make sure, so you get to your
I'd
fantasy.
rather do that than be nuked.
Uh-huh.
Actually,
Oh, whoa, that's a good
I don't actually
question.
know. I
That's a
take that
good
back. I
question. Would
take
you
that
rather
back.
get
I take that
fucked or
back.
get fucked?
Get fucked? Wait, what do you mean get fucked or get like, what do you mean? What either wait, what do
Like
you
get
mean?
nuked or get bred?
Do I survive after or after I
Yeah,
get fucked?
but like you're gonna be bred again until you don't.
Oh, till I'm just dead. Okay, well, I'll just take the nuke, bro. It'll be quick. It'll be
You don't know
instant.
that. You don't know that.
Well, I'll take my chances, you know? Even if I get, like, 10 degrees of radiation, whatever the hell, you know, high amounts of radiation, you know, I'll just tank that, you know?
Hmm, hmm,
Walk it off.
hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, I feel like I would go up there and just start blasting some, like, Gunna or something, you know?
Some nav,
Play some Young Thug, you know, play some Drake. Um,
nav.
yeah, maybe some Nav as I don't think Nav might get us nuked.
Shout out to
Sorry,
Nav.
Nav. Shout out
Nav,
to Nav.
you have a hater in this podcast, Nav. If you ever
He's
hear
not
this,
he's never seeing this.
you never know.
Unless maybe you never know. We gotta keep
You
going.
never know.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know, being an ambassador, like a one-person ambassador would be very difficult.
Difficult.
Like,
What
what if they're,
music
like,
would you show
judging
them?
you based only on what you do and you're just the worst person?
What
Like,
music would you show them, Zach?
I would show them, like, a mix of everything. I feel like we
No,
gotta
no,
start
no,
with,
no. One shot and one music. You have to show the entire humanity in one music. What would you show?
like, one genre or,
No,
like,
just one track.
one track? Um, that's hard. I feel like I gotta go Money Trees by Kendrick Lamar. I think that's a great track to show.
What
Actually,
the?
let me change my mind. That's a great track, but let me change my mind. It's gotta be something like, um, damn, that this is a hard question. I don't
Well, think about it. My answer is Moonlight by Beethoven.
Moonlight?
Yeah, Moonlight
Are
by
you
Beethoven.
serious?
Not the XX
Oh,
Tentacion.
okay.
No, no, the Beethoven one. Like the Moonlight
Oh, you were thinking like classical, okay.
classic. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What if it's like Bad Blood by, like, Taylor Swift? Or like oh, actually, I don't know if that's the best message. Or just put in, like, a country song. Just put in, like, a bar song or
What
something.
movie would you show them?
Um, show them Avatar.
No, that ass.
No, I feel like, maybe, like, Forrest Gump, you know,
What
to
would
get
you
them to,
show
like
them now?
to get them
I just
empathy, you
please.
know, you gotta get empathy at the aliens. What would you show them? What would you show them?
Good
Let me know.
question. Smurf.
Yeah, you need help.
Yeah, I would
You need help.
show them the Smurf.
You wouldn't you that someone else would say that. You know what's weird? He hasn't mentioned Smurf. I feel like it's been a year. I feel like
Right?
he's sober. He's sober. Um, but
The
yeah,
last year's this.
another one my final theory, by the way, until, you know, uh, we until we go to some different stuff, is it's called the zoo hypothesis.
Hmm.
So, you know, it's a little bit building off the dark forest theory, where dark forest theory is that we don't know that we exist, but we're afraid of each other. Where this
Hmm.
one is, they are watching us. They are watching us. Like, it's a zoo. They're watching us, but we are not being contacted. So we are actively being watched. You could even attribute this to the, you know, the classic, you know, we live in a simulation. You know, uh, these are kind of similar in that aspect. But do you think we're
Right.
being watched?
I think that's the closest
Not by the
theory to
government. Not
reality.
by the
No, no, no,
government.
no, no. I get what you're saying. I think that's the closest thing to reality, right?
Yeah.
Um, because when you put on like all the evidence that we have, like the pyramid drawings and blah 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 together, maybe they interacted with us long time ago to just
Yeah.
put us in this zoo, quote unquote, and then they just didn't touch us. Like they didn't touch this project that they started. You know, we're like a half built zoo, and then it's like Okay, let's just put it this way. But what if we were like a piece of steak, like a tomahawk, right?
Yeah,
Put out to cook, like Earth is a tomahawk, right? And
yeah.
then we were the bacteria that just grew on it because they forgot about cooking it. And now
So they're
we are
letting us
eating.
cook.
Now you're now. Do you see what I'm saying? Now you're eating the
They're
tomahawk.
letting us
You
cook. They're letting us eat. Yeah.
know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
You're using the
but
resources.
then it's like,
You're digging the oil. You're doing this. We're doing that.
so it's just like, why watch us and not just,
Maybe they forgot about us.
or maybe
Maybe
they're
they
just like,
died.
maybe they're kind of observing us to see if they're like, think about it as like a greater empire.
Mhm.
And maybe they're seeing like if we're worthy enough to join it based on like our progression as a species. So,
You are personally definitely worthy of joining them.
you sure?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's I don't know if I sense a hint of honesty in that. I don't know.
Mhm,
I don't
mhm.
think so.
It's.
And
I would
speaking,
nominate you. You know, I would nominate
you
you
would
to be the
nominate me?
first person making contacts with them. You know,
Why me?
go up to
I
the
don't wanna
ship.
be.
You know, just open the door, be like, "What up? This
What's
is Zach. Let
up?
me play some
What up?
Young Thug for you guys, and let's
And then I
watch
just get
Forrest
evaporated.
Gump together. I don't know. Let's talk about how we invested our money back then. Like,
Yeah, I can be like, "Yo, look at these stocks. Look at these stocks, alien." You know, "I know a great man."
yo,
Um,
he would be the person. He would be the
oh,
person
Trump
that
would
would
meet
go off.
alien, that would be kind of, imagine it's like
Okay, let's
broadcasted
just
live. Like,
hold up. Let's put ourselves out of this. Who do you think would be the actual first contact with them?
probably some, like, random astronaut. Like, I
No, I
don't
think
think it
Elon
would
Musk.
be,
100% it's gonna be Elon Musk.
oh, okay. I mean, Elon, you go crazy.
There's no other person on this planet
I mean,
more
it would be kinda
worthier than
funny if
Elon
it
Musk.
was Trump. Like, that would be really funny. Be like, "Me and you, we both don't like China. Like, my fellow Americans, welcome, 51st state."
Um,
That would be kinda hilarious.
by the way, guys, Zach voted Trump.
I'm Canadian, but, uh,
It
sure, I
would have.
guess.
It would have.
No, I would, let's not get into politics, alright? Um,
Fine.
Speaking of going into space, aren't we supposed to be going to Mars this year? Like, I swear it was
It
25.
keeps on postponing it. I remember it used to be 2025. You're right.
Yeah, I swear it was this year. I know COVID, like, delayed a bunch of stuff. Um,
Wink, wink. But
yeah. But, speaking of, like, Mars,
would you
is the moon
go?
landing fake?
No, no. Would you go on Mars
Yeah,
on a one way ticket though?
no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Shout out
Why?
to the people who do go, though. Shout out to the
Why
people who do.
wouldn't you?
'Cause I would be leaving all of you behind. I'd be alone. I'd
That's
be
the
like
point. I
the
mean,
Martian, that movie
right,
with,
right. No, you're going with the whole community.
yeah, but I don't know these people.
Well, you didn't know us.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's like,
I
but I
would
wouldn't be
go.
able to ever go outside. I mean, I would, but I wouldn't be able to breathe.
I would. Yes, you can.
Are you
Yes,
serious?
yes, you can. You
You
can go
can't
outside.
walk onto Mars and breathe.
Yes, they're gonna make
Not
like these
unless you're in,
bubbles.
like, a building.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're gonna make
Yeah, that's
bubbles.
what I'm saying.
It's like I
Unless
would
they somehow
personally send you
create
off
a way
buddy.
to make Mars have a oxidated atmosphere and breathable air, I mean,
I would send you myself.
okay, well, that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. When I get people are like, "We need recruits." Let me sign up.
I signed up.
You did?
You know that? I signed up to go. I just my name never got chosen because
Wait, you could actually sign up to
there
go?
was a point you could have signed up on space for SpaceX to be the nominee. Then the whole
Oh,
project got canceled.
yeah, that's tough.
But they
Yes,
were told that you
like, it's
cannot
kinda
come.
crazy how slow space progression has been compared to the space race in the, like, 70s and 80s,
And there's no
60s.
race. Like no other
Yeah, there's
country
no,
want to go to space anymore.
yeah. Speaking of the moon landing, like I mentioned earlier, is it fake? Let's put
No,
our conspiracy hats on.
could
I
be.
don't think it
I'm
is.
not saying they didn't go to the moon. I'm just saying that media aspect of it could have been fake.
Yeah, but I think it was real.
The video?
Yeah.
No, it has to be fake.
What do you mean it has to be fake?
It has to be fake. You know how much pressure there were? There was a movie about this, wasn't it?
Maybe. Probably.
100% there's a movie about it. I forget the name of it. I think Robert Down Brown,
Robert
whatever,
Down.
the Iron Man guy.
I am Iron Man.
He played in it. But what was I gonna say? The video, the film that they brought back is definitely fake. It was recorded in a studio. And I'm not saying they didn't go to the moon. They went to the moon, right? But they just had to beat Russia, the game. So
maybe, yeah. I don't.
That, and then just went right after because it was like a neck to neck like content.
Yeah,
like,
it was pretty close.
Now there was some story that was actually interesting about this. NASA back then spent so much money for a pen that does not need gravity to write. I don't know if you heard about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they spent so much money to design and create a pen that does not need gravity to actually write.
But how did that work?
It has like a, I don't know. So you spend a lot of money to figure that out. But Russia just didn't make that. They just used pencil. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good old Russia making a pencil.
Shout out to the mother.
But yeah, speaking of, things that, really, a theory is that, like, the theory of Radin's communication. That's something I want to talk about. Sometimes I feel like I get a quicker response from a satellite. Satellites take.
What if I'm already on Mars? I'm just making sure you're
that
ready.
Would be better for me, actually. That might bring me more peace, knowing that you're just on a different planet away from me.
Listen, you just gotta stop. You gotta find God. You gotta.
You're not even religious.
Yes, I'm not religious, but you should be.
I gotta find God.
Stop communicating with me.
Yeah, shout out my religious people.
Shout out to religious people.
Yeah, new pope.
New pope, yes.
Pope.
Straight out of Chicago
Pope, yeah.
King Juan, shout out, rest in peace, King Juan. There was a lot of jokes. Yeah, there was a lot of jokes on YouTube about it. Yeah, that he's gonna bring him back. But
did you see the meme where the meme where it was like Emperor Palpatine as the new pope, which because he looks similar like that.
I actually like the new pope. Apparently, he has a degree in math.
I haven't really seen, I haven't heard to any of his speeches or stuff
Me
yet.
Neither. Me neither. But just
I'm sure he'll be great.
Well educated and actually went to good uni and got a math degree too.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be great.
Damn, he knows how to.
He's young as well. Yeah, he's young as well.
He's like, he's young to be a pope.
He's 69. Yeah, young pope.
I was like, young is subjective, but young to be the pope, right?
Well, yeah, young in pope terms,
How old was the last one?
Like when he.
When he
passed. When he passed, or
I think 90 something, right?
Yeah, I think he was 90. Like, I don't know, or I don't know. May he rest in peace.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. I liked him too.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Argentinians.
But I mean, we've been talking a lot about aliens, UFO sightings, are they real? Are they not? Maybe, the US government has been kind of they did release a bunch of stuff, like videos of UFOs, but I don't know, they could be real, but it could just be something random where
it could have been something someone created and just didn't want public to go crazy on it and just didn't release it, and now they released it. Who cares? There's YouTube videos of them now. So
I feel like if aliens were revealed today to be real, there would be people who would deny it. You'd kind of have to see one up in person to believe it's not digital, it's not AI, that it's actually a real.
With the AI being this strong nowadays too, right?
Where it's you don't know what I believe, if you just told me recently, oh yeah, Zach, did you hear about the alien that was just revealed to exist in Area 51? They made a successful raid and they found an alien. And I'm going to be like, are you sure? Is this a joke?
Of course you would say that. Of course.
Previous Area 51 raid.
Such a Zach thing to say, not going to lie, low key.
What would you be? You would be like, yo, I know 100%. No aliens?
No. Here's the question that actually popped in my head. Now we talked about AI. you think AI taking over the world would happen before alien invasion, or alien invasions would happen
That's
before
like a
AI?
completely different ballpark
You
where
know?
we might have to save that. We might have to. But I would say just my brief thoughts. You mean AI takeover?
Yeah, like Terminator type shit.
I feel like that might be more likely to happen than I'd say aliens taking over. I feel like that's more likely than aliens taking over. Yeah, what what are you
Get
doing?
to the chop.
Um, Get to the chopper,
No,
come
I
on.
agree with you on this. I agree with you on this. I think no, I don't think AI is gonna take over, bro. AI is not gonna take over. AI is not
Yeah,
that
but I
serious.
would say, like, in the scenario, I think it's more likely to take over than
What if
aliens.
you are AI, Zach? What if I am AI? Viewers never
Well,
gonna know.
they clearly
Never
messed
gonna
up your
know.
programming.
Someone slap their knee.
That was good. I'm here all night, folks. I'm here all night. But,
Goofball.
yeah. Well,
Zach,
Radin,
I have been asked today in one of
yeah.
my tutorials, what are you looking forward this summer to?
I wanna kinda dive into your tutorial a little bit real quick after I answer
I
this.
don't want to, but
What am I
sure.
what am I looking forward to? Um, that's a great, great question, that I'm looking forward to, recording the podcast with you, getting better at our craft, especially, seeing you improve on making TikToks, even though I could have done that in an hour max. I don't know. Look, it's okay. Deep breaths. Let bygones be bygones. All right. Your stuff
Say
sucks. Huh?
nothing. Keep going.
Look,
Bygone, Gaikan.
bygones be bygones. You know that saying?
Yeah. Okay. Now
Okay.
that we're past that, what are you actually looking forward to this summer? Like, give me one goal you want to hit.
Uh, I'm trying to get back into. I'm trying to be less fat. Um, not
Zach,
saying
you're
like
literally
I'm not
skeleton.
fat by any means, but
Okay.
I'm trying to lose weight
Just
and
saying, you're
convert
literally a skeleton. Yeah.
what?
Keep going.
Lose weight. Um,
Skeleton with the skin on.
bro, I'm not as yo. You haven't. Okay, well, me saying this to you, I know you're doing the same thing, right?
Yep.
There's quite a
Yep.
difference. There's quite a difference. And guys,
You want abs. You want like toned muscles. That's what's up.
yeah, basically, But shout out you, bro. You're doing great.
Thank you. Thank you. You just need the toned muscles so you're like breathable for the
Yeah.
aliens.
Ha-
You know?
Thank you, bro.
I'm just
I
saying,
gotta
shout out to the aliens. Shout out to the bird. Have you seen
shout out
the video? Have you
all
seen
my
the video?
aliens.
Have you seen the video of Rick Ross?
No,
He gives
which
a shout
video?
out to a parrot.
Oh,
He's like,
thank you, Rick
I
Ross.
used to not eat fruit and not know what the fruit is. Now I just sit down and eat fruit. I eat pears. Shout out to all the pears.
God, thank you. We love Rick Ross here.
I love him. I love him. I
Um,
just sometimes when I
music
think
as a
about him,
person, but you know, my other goals. Obviously, I'm taking some classes.
buddy, I only gave you one. All right, you're
Oh,
talking
you
too
only gave
much.
me one.
Okay,
Well, I
let's
didn't
keep
know that.
going.
I didn't know that.
Who cares about your other goal? Okay, give me your main goal
I
then.
care. My main goal is to just be more happy, dog. You know, we gotta stop being so mean around each other, man. We gotta be more together. If you know what I'm saying. No, no. But but yeah, I think I I think being more happy, guys. If you don't know, he just did like the Rock like eyebrow stare on camera. Um, sorry, bro. I'm giving out these like. Why don't you give an answer? You seem the
Yeah,
guy to be
yeah.
like,
What I'm
oh,
looking forward to this summer is actually making money from stuff.
I don't,
Low
I
key
don't care. Actually, hold up. Actually, I do care. Wait, hold up.
money,
Continue.
huh? Is that cash? Literally, the middle name is money. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Snowball.
Trump kind of promised that the market's going to be booming this summer. So if anyone's listening to this, time to buy, people. Like I'm a no financial advisor, but like, if you're listening to this, look into the market. Market's about to boom.
Well,
The
so you
crypto went
think
up this week,
just
right?
yeah, just because he said it's gonna boom, does that mean it's gonna boom? I mean, I know an information shock. Those affect the stock market immediately, obviously. But, him just saying that, does that, you know
No, but they also US kind of got a deal with Saudi Arabia for like $600 trillion. That's just today signed.
Oh,
So the
really?
market's going to be booming tomorrow morning. I know that.
Okay, I'll have to watch my portfolio. Yeah, I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
But
don't
that's
think
what I'm looking forward to. But
that's
also,
what
it's
you're
going to be a good summer. Like so far, I mean, Vancouver Berry is also like not known to be so really summery. Like
yeah.
you're not like any other place on this planet, but it's starting to get warmer. Like so far.
I have a story to tell. So
Oh
if you
yeah.
guys have been able to notice, there are 2 cuts on my neck right here. I
Aliens
don't
like him rough.
can you see? Can you see a little bit? Yeah? I was
Yes.
asking you, Rabin. Okay. So, how I got these was I was actually fighting 100 lines, and,
Mhm.
a guy like me, I can take out, I'm not invincible, So I took out at least, like, 50. One got me in the neck, I just got it, ripped it in half, and then went for the other 50 like it was nothing, 49 like it was nothing. So it's just a little battle wound. I wouldn't worry about I should be okay, but, it's definitely like a guy like me, I survived that. This guy, he dies to a grizzly bear, black bear,
Mhm.
any type of bear, koala bear, you know
Wait, koalas are
yeah.
bears?
Yeah, it's called a koala bear.
No way.
Yeah, it is. I'm
Damn.
pretty I'm pretty sure. But yeah, that's how I got it. All
Mhm.
truth, no lies. Um, definitely was not my cat while I was holding him, and he jumped off and scratched me, but,
Did you bleed?
you guys just like the moon landing, you can choose what you want to believe. So, um,
Did you
I'll leave it at
bleed?
that. Huh?
Did you bleed?
No, like a little bit, a tiny bit.
Mm.
Oh, you cared? Oh, you care about me. Oh, look at him, bro. Look at Rid
Man, I paid the cat to actually finish you off, but
he
Tigger did
failed.
Tigger did not do a
He
good
did not.
job. I need a refund on this.
I'm sorry, bro. You can't get the refund. First of all, I got a question. One last question.
Go ahead.
Why is your name in this call called King? What are you the king of?
I'm the king of the kings, son. I'm the
Bruh.
Lord. I'm the savior.
You're the
I am
savior.
him.
That might be blasphemy right there. Yeah, gotcha, Wes. You know what you're the king of? You're king of being a bum. Come on.
See how you like that when I block you
Am
tonight.
am I wrong? Am I wrong? When you block me, bro, you're not doing nothing.
No, I'm not blocking you. Let me
We're
ask you
working
a
on the
question. Let me ask you a
last
question.
question. Yeah, let's do it.
I
What's
got
the
my answer.
question?
I got my answer.
What do you mean? Look, we don't want any dead space, not too much dead
Right,
space, bro.
right.
Um,
Now, Zach, now that we are on this video, on this recording that we're recording right now, I just want us to actually divide up the work. So
on during the work, you know what? Sure. Yeah, you guys can keep us accountable.
yeah.
Um,
So if there's no TikTok, no uploading, nothing, it's all Zach's fault. If there's a good TikTok, if there's anything positive, it's me. Just letting you guys know.
all right, let's do this real quick. This is gonna be our longest episode. We'll save these last few minutes. Okay, so here's what I'd currently do for the podcast. Feel free to click off if you don't want to hear this. But yeah, basically, I am the guy who I edit the audio, I edit the YouTube video, I create the YouTube thumbnail, I manage the Spotify and YouTube accounts. I also have access to the TikTok accounts, all the emails which I gave you, and I used to do the TikToks for 2 of them. Now, Radim, what do you do?
I am the spirit and I am the soul of
He's
this
the co-host.
podcast. I am. No, I'm gonna do the TikToks. I'm gonna do the edit for the
But
TikToks.
look, you need to actually learn how to do them.
No, I am gonna dedicate time
Just
at least
watch. No,
and
you
schedule
literally
the
it's like a
time.
15-minute video, and it could literally tell you how to make them
Hmm.
in CapCut. Where
Hmm.
even if we need to pay I guys, understand he spent 40 minutes today typing out word by word what we said. when he could have had that done in 2 minutes by AI.
He's
It's
the type of guy who would let AI do his homework for him.
well, what do you mean? Would I let it do it? No, I wouldn't. Okay, I don't.
Shout out to the purrs.
Shout out to the what?
The purr.
The parrot.
Purr.
Like, you know what?
Purr.
I think we. I think we should call.
I think we should wrap it up. I think we should wrap.
I think we should wrap it up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. As you know, please feel free to leave feedback. We always appreciate it, and we're going to get better and better as time goes on. Especially Radin, he'll get. I guarantee it. But I wish him all the best. I wish you guys all the best. And as always,
the purrs.
We're 2LockedIn. You guys stay locked in, and see you guys.
Bye bye.